let's go ahead and just share this. I had to lower the visual settings. And then let's tweet this out. This is frustrating. Let me know if it continues having issues. Okay, and is it running smoother? Okay, yeah. So it's still 720p, but it's like lower bit rate and stuff. And this is actually what I had been doing for a long time with like the Jurassic World streams. But when I did my Return to Jurassic Park stream, I decided to like test it to see if I can stream at a higher bit rate or whatever it is, and it worked just fine. But I guess Jedi Fallen Order is a much more visually demanding game than Jurassic World Evolution, so it kind of stopped working again. Anyway, welcome guys. I am just going to so I do want my page. You know what? Fire Dragon X. Yeah, I had to. The first one was too visually demanding for my internet, and so I had to cut that stream short. But YouTube is still processing it because it literally just happened. So until it's done with that, then yeah. Noob artist play on Grandmaster. No, that is not. That is not what this stream is about. I'm actually gonna play on story mode, honestly, or Jedi Knight. It's gonna be, you know what, Jedi Knight, because that's actually the difficulty I'm used to. I think story mode might be. It might go too far in that direction where like I get the timing wrong because I'm trying to get it too close. Anyway, as I was saying before the last stream died, this is going to actually be very critical of the game, and I'm going to do a lot of comparisons to Force Unleashed and the Jedi Academy games, or Jedi Knight games, including Jedi Academy, which is my favorite Star Wars game. Without further ado or delay, I forgot I have to hold it down, Jedi Knight. So, as far as Streamlabs goes, I'll post a link in the chat here in a minute, now that everything seems very stable. And then I'll put it in the description later on. Just know that if you do donate to Streamlabs, because I am doing it on PS4, it will not show up right away. Log in with YouTube. Or you know what I can do? Instead of trying to like sign in and shit, I'm gonna go to the other stream, which should still be on my profile. I'm gonna just fucking copy paste. Copy. Paste. There's a Streamlabs if you guys want to donate.
Listen, I don't want to upset your rhythm, Cal, but the boss wants a word. It'll be good for us. Here he is, Chief.
An error has been detected on line 10A. All our clamps are jammed.
Yes, Eclectic. This is the hull of a Venator class cruiser, which was the main go-to ship for the Republican Army during the Clone Wars. And Force Unleashed is the most obvious comparison, just because it was the last Jedi style game to come out. But honestly, this is almost like the opposite. This is I said it earlier. This is the antithesis of the Force Unleashed. And first criticism, I hate this opening.
Don't worry about it.
I think this is totally. I hate when these very like open-ended type of games start with these super turbo linear set piece nonsense.
Will you look at that?
The most OP ship in Star Wars history, the Lucre Hulk.
Ages.
Breaking her will be big money.
So, interesting Star Wars lore thing. The Lucre Hulk was basically designed to fuck over the Rusan Reformation stuff. Because after the last Sith War and stuff, which ended with the Battle of Rusan, there was the Rusan Reformation, which was a demilitarization effort.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
And with that demilitarization, ships could only have like so many guns. So the Lucre Hulk was like, okay, we're basically a carrier ship that doesn't have weapons, but we have all these flat surfaces and stuff that we can mount stuff on later on. So
Discharge immediately. You are not approved trash.
So when the Clone Wars started, the Trade Federation was like, okay, we have these Lucre Hulks, now let's just put a bunch of guns on it. And that's exactly what they did. And it became like the capital ship of the CIS. I do think this game is absolutely gorgeous when it's running fine. There are, at least on the PS4, like classic that I have, or I should say the base level PS4, which is what I have, there's a lot of chugging that goes on. There's a lot of like load times, texture pop-ins, yeah, a lot of frame rate drops, stuff like that.
Reckless cow.
Good to see you.
You know, the typical, oh my god, this game isn't like fully perfectly optimized for the base level PS4 and Xbox One stuff. Hello, All-Star G.
Sounds like scrap rats.
How are you doing?
Creepy. Just passing through, guys. No need to come out and say hi this time.
I just really do not get the point of starting the game off like this. Like, it's not challenging. It's very Uncharted.
I'll meet you at the clamps.
But it's not as insanely, it's not as insane with all of it as Uncharted is. And so, it doesn't even, it's not even that good of a tutorial. Though I do like how, when you latch onto a wall, you have to hit L2 in order to latch onto it, because that takes away a problem I have with the Assassin's Creed games.
How'd you get here?
In the Assassin's Creed games, everything is kind of mounted to the same button. and so you'll be like just running, and then you'll like run up the side of a building for no reason. And so, you know, at least it doesn't like do that, which is a plus. It's also a lot less obvious than Uncharted, which is a double-edged sword. No, in Uncharted, if it's yellow, you can climb it. There's another Venator class. Some ATTEs. I like this era, you know, right after the Clone Wars, right as the Empire is taking over and finding its foothold, because where else will you get a Venator class cruiser, ATTEs, LAAATs, and ATSTs all in the same frame? Okay. Yeah, that's... I like it. I'm smiling right now at that.
Hurry, we gotta finish before they start cutting this wing.
Fire Dragon asked, what's your #1 brutal game? I'm not a fan of games that are difficult for the sake of difficulty. Like, I'm not actually that big into Dark Souls. I'm not a big fan of Dark Souls. I like Bloodborne a lot more, and even Bloodborne I'm like, about. I love the level design in those games. That's the main thing. The main thing I love about Dark Souls and Bloodborne is how the levels are labyrinths that loop onto each other. And this game, it gets that right. It's obviously not as labyrinthine as Dark Souls and Bloodborne, just because you got multiple planets instead of just one. So the maps are gonna completely loop back onto each other like they do in those games.
It's a Jedi fighter. What a score! It's a real scrapper's payday.
Coop asked, at what point in this game do you find ketamine for Baby Yoda?
5.
Whoever flew this went down in a blaze of glory. Those Jedi.
I don't know.
Real tragedy.
I don't know, you don't ever really run into Baby Yoda in this
They
game.
couldn't all be traitors.
Yeah, maybe.
Guess it's just our lucky day. Empire's gonna get a lot of good material out of it. Yeah, here we are, scrapping these ships from the war just so they can turn around and make new ones. What a racket, huh? All of us risking our necks for the bosses. And the pay was better back during the Republic, too.
Hey, you really should watch what you say.
Well, listen to me. Find us feel like this?
I do like this guy, though.
Soggy rock.
What makes you think I want out of here?
This guy kind of makes this whole intro worth it.
You don't end up like me.
And it does break up the cutscenes, because they do have a lot to kind of set up and establish in this opening, and I really get the feeling that they didn't want it all to be cutscenes, and so they just kind of shoehorned in the quote-unquote platform tutorial BS there. Oh yeah, there's also a Sarlacc down there. I forgot about that. That wasn't looking down at all. I do like how much they do with the sliding mechanic. Because most games it's usually very on rails and stuff, but with this game they really mix it up with some of the other force powers and stuff, and it's really great.
Don't let go.
I can't hold on.
New Artist said, thoughts on our MC, kind of the twinkle-eyed protagonist look? A little bit.
You okay, bro?
I do have issues with Cal Kestis as a character. I do like that he is not conventionally attractive at all. Like, he's actually very normal. He's actually kind of funny looking. Like, maybe it's the uncanny valley of this game, but he's got like this very weird underbite. After this, I'm gonna actually turn all the audio down, so I'm having a hard time hearing myself. And I feel like I'm shouting at all of you.
Okay, we gotta,
But yeah, he's you know, he's pretty earnest and stuff, and it's there's a lot of conflict with this character that I like.
Was that you?
But that also causes one of my main criticisms. But I'll get to that in a different stream. But
I've seen the stories. I've heard
one of the big problems.
I know.
Yeah, we're ready.
One of the big problems with this game is the lack of customization. And that's everything from the aesthetic stuff, cosmetic stuff, to the lack of a dark side path. There's no light side, dark side like there is in other games. Like, Force Unleashed technically didn't have that either. It just had the two endings. Like, everything is the same all the way up until the very end when you choose which of the final bosses you want to fight.
Good.
Like, do you kill Vader or do you fight the Emperor? And that determined whether you were, like, light side path or dark side path.
I've been working with you some time now. I've never seen you do anything like that before. We've been through some hell together. So...
But yeah, like Cal, he's got like the scar on his nose that runs down his cheek. He's got this weird like
I don't know how to repay you.
reddish brown hair. And he's got the underbite. He's got like this underbite that makes him kind of look like he should be talking like this. And yeah, I mean, I know I'm making fun of the way he looks, but I actually, you know, after I got used to looking at his face, I kind of liked it because he does not look like your conventional Star Wars protagonist. He's neither like good looking enough to pull off a Luke or a Han, and he's not.
Okay.
He's not weird alien enough to pull off like a Chewie or a Greedo or an Ahsoka. I like what they do with the Force in this game. That's another thing. Not with the Force power. I think the Force powers are very limited, and it makes them not as fun to use. Especially when you compare it to the Force Unleashed, which gave you like free reign with the Force grip. But like this, you'll see. If you haven't played, if you play this game, you know what I'm talking about with these. And if you don't, then I'll leave it kind of be a surprise.
Prof, wait up.
Yeah, see all those people disappearing?
Where you going?
And I'm on a ship. Though I'm having trouble determining whether this is a Republic, like a Venator, or an Imperial. I guess the sirens, that's very Empire. Oh yeah, never mind, this is Venator.
Apprentice, mark well and listen.
Master.
Trust only in the Force.
Yeah, see, all that was a vision. I like how they do like the Force visions and the.
Yeah. Something's going on.
It's a lot like Last Jedi, which is one of the things I kind of dug about Last Jedi, was the way that like Force visions and stuff were portrayed in that movie.
Move out and line up.
Probably just another.
I know, sacrilegious for me to be defending an aspect of Last Jedi on any kind of forum on the internet, but you know what? I did enjoy the movie. God, I also love the Purge Troopers. They are such a good addition. The Purge Troopers are a much more worthy addition to the Star Wars franchise than the Inquisitors. I said it. And I love the Inquisitors, I just don't like how necessary they are. And I said that in the last stream a few days ago, where I was like, I love the Inquisitors, but I don't like how this is a version of Star Wars that requires the Inquisitors to even exist. So I always preferred my Imperial age being very hopeless.
Yes, second sister.
Like everything from from Order 66 to the destruction of the Death Star, I want to be just absolutely hopeless and desperate.
Anarchist, but a devotee of the treasonous Jedi Order. Failure to turn over this traitor.
I also love the second sister. I like the ninth sister too. But second sister's sinister. She's intimidating.
She'll face summary
until you find out that she's like Jedi princess level. And you're like, oh shit, I was having trouble with her? Man, I really don't stand a chance against Vader. Prof is willing to give his life. I love it. I love him.
I've been working on this heap a long time. Way before the war. We refit and rebuilt ships. Best in the galaxy.
Yeah, collecting the Cal's Master,
Then came the
being the
Empire.
Lasat, yeah. And he's cool too.
And engineers.
I love all the little
Became
moments you see
scrappers.
with him.
The workers. They just started getting worked.
Prof.
We all know the truth. We're just too afraid to say it. To the Empire, we're all just expendable.
Yes, you are.
No!
Look at this. A lightsaber.
Yep.
I found the Jedi!
That's gotta hurt.
Out the disturbance.
Oh, that hurts.
Hold it. Don't move. How'd you get here?
Easy now.
Got us. Jedi! Hear that over the comm? Jedi? Stay sharp. They won't be the traitor. Blast them! Kill the intruder.
Contact confirmed. Shoot to kill.
Just need to focus. Incoming! I've sealed the cargo door. This won't kill me!
Yeah, deflecting blaster bolts is one of the most satisfying things in this game.
One way out.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that Respawn really likes Uncharted, but didn't want to make an Uncharted game, and so they went kind of against their better instincts to implement Uncharted-style platforming.
I chose to rest instead. That's how I prepare.
That's how you prepare for death. Eyes up!
Oh no.
All squad is down.
So, another thing, nitpick. I don't like how the Scout Troopers are the ones with the melee combat. Scout Troopers are supposed to be snipers, and yeah, they're supposed to be snipers, scouts, you know, that whole thing. They shouldn't be like the ones that reach for the batons. See, that's a bit of like using the Force to do platforming stuff that I like. Oh.
I don't want to die here.
God, you have so little health at the start of this game. I'm not used to it.
If the fugitive comes this way, I'm ready for it.
No, you're not. Spoiler alert, he wasn't ready. Yeah, Scout Troopers should be on bikes punching Baby Yoda, not carrying batons trying to fight a Jedi. I don't know what happened there, but that was just another example of how this game likes to chug along a bit.
I can't keep track of him. Hit him already.
Jedi's weak.
What'll be next?
Get the target.
Guess it's just me now.
Get to the front, stop the train. Oh no! Need cover. Gotta move in between bursts. Now.
I think on my first playthrough, this was the first place I died. Oh, shit. I did not expect that to blow up.
Faster!
He's here. I'm ready for you. Ah!
He shot the coupling out. Gotta get down! Ah! Ah! Oh, no, no!
Yeah. This is all very Uncharted 2. Right down to it being a train.
Whoa! This is bad! Only way is up.
Though again, like the platforming stuff is a lot more freeform in this than it is Uncharted. Uncharted, it's very much it's very much limited to very linear pathways. It's why the Uncharted games don't really hold up upon repeated playthroughs. Once you know the pathway, then it's just not a challenge anymore. So all the platforming stuff becomes like just kind of tedious, a tedious formality once you know the pathway.
We're here to help!
Who are you?
No time! Keep moving! We'll pick you up when we can!
Almost died because it didn't register my jump. It gave me enough time to catch anyway. Also, unlike the train in Uncharted 2, this train has a very like fixed length. In Uncharted 2, like the length of the train just made no sense. And it like grows like 10 times in order to crash the way it does. Oh man.
His guard's too tight.
Dude, did I just reflect this?
Take a hit.
I've never done that before. I don't think, anyway.
What now? The train stopped?
Yep. Some God, where are they going? Are they the GR-270s?
This can't
Light
be good.
transports? One of the most common ships in the Rebel Alliance, and also the worst ship in the Rebel Alliance. I don't remember the exact name of those ships, but they have like no weapons.
Hold on! No!
Also, what kind of specialized TIE interceptor is that? That makes it able to land like that.
Going somewhere? I recognize that stance. Perhaps you've had some training after all. Who is your master? Padawan? Someone I killed, perhaps? What Jedi gave their life so that you might live?
That's a key part of the conflict.
Do not test my patience. You bleed like all the others.
I wonder if anybody's like actually like beaten this part here. Spoiler alert, you kind of canonically get your ass kicked here. Like, I'm actually doing very well, all things considered.
I will destroy you.
Okay, no, I think no matter what, it always enters like this cutscene here.
Get on board!
Anyway, Blade Charge asks, how shall you heal him? You unlock like a thing that allows you the equivalent of like the Estus flasks. They're called stim packs, and you unlock them in the first level pretty early on.
Captain!
Okay, shut that thing off and grab some seed.
Thanks for the help. But who are you people?
My name is Seer Junda, and this is my captain, Grease Dritus.
How you doing? Yeah, the Mantis is my ship, but you better
Seer's
pay
another
attention
one
to
that's
this lady.
just like
So,
kind of fugly looking, actually, with their bug eyes.
Who was that back there?
an Imperial Inquisitor. She's a Force user hunting Jedi survivors. And now that she knows who you are, she will not stop until she destroys you.
How do you know so much? And why'd you help me?
We track Imperial communications. We heard the Inquisitors were heading to Braca. So we made our move.
Oh, yeah? And what's the bounty on Jedi these days anyway?
That's gratitude for you.
Look, I get it. You've been surviving on your own for so long that it's impossible to trust anyone.
5 years. I guess 5 years is a long
Kept you
time.
alive. But this is about something bigger than just surviving.
Like what?
Like rebuilding the Jedi Order.
Ha. Yeah. Here's my problem with everything that is set between episodes 3 and 4.
We're not good enough for you?
Like I said, I prefer my
Jedi
Imperial
Council.
Age to be hopeless. We already know from the outset that this mission, for whatever reason, is going to fail. Now, I like how they get to there. I do like the ending of this game. And I do think it's very logical.
Captain.
And it makes the characters very interesting. But this is a game about the journey, not the destination. And so the destination just...
Try and relax.
It's something that, like, you can never really
Go, you're safe.
get past.
Now.
You know, like, you know that Cal Kestis is not going to rebuild the Jedi Order. And you know that because A New Hope has to happen.
You gotta move on and live your life. Find your destiny.
Prof.
Calico! You were talking in your sleep. Weirdo.
And you were watching me while I was sleeping, weirdo. Okay, can I... Okay, no, not yet.
Breeze?
Not now. I got work to do.
I don't remember what, Oh, do I have to go to the workbench? Hey, where's Seer at? No, no workbench yet. No meditation circle yet. Oh. Maybe... Oh yeah, because this explains, like, one of Cal's main powers. The whole Force Echo thing. Which is just used to, like, collect secrets and the codex and stuff. Oh, I guess that you can't hear because the music volume is all the way down. I didn't think that... I think also I think Jurassic World Evolution did a good job with the music settings as far as like streaming goes, because
You touch an object and witness events connected to it. You feel its history.
It's an echo in the force from the object.
Not many Jedi have that skill.
How would you know that?
I was once a Jedi, but not anymore.
Close yourself off from the Force.
I know you.
No. But I knew your master, Jaro Tapal. He was a true guardian of the Republic.
And a badass.
He was a hero.
And a badass. I just say, when you see like what he did in Order 66 in order to like save Cal, you're like, oh my god, this guy was a monster.
I survived, but my connection to the Force is damaged.
Blade Charge asks, how do people in The Mandalorian not know what a Jedi is? Just asking.
It's like I'm back in that moment when
It's always been kind of hand-waved that after the Purge, the Empire kind of struck the Jedi from the record, and even in the Clone Wars. During the Clone Wars, the Republic Senate, controlled by Palpatine, really downplayed the role that the Jedi were having in the war. All the like propaganda footage and stuff focused on the clones, not the Jedi. And so unless you like knew a Jedi personally or had seen one in combat, you thought that they were just myths and legends. Like Han Solo had never actually met a Jedi. and wasn't
You
even
won't
sure if they
find it on
existed in
any
A New
maps.
Hope. He was even like,
Empire doesn't
hokey
know the
religions
spreadsheet
and
No.
ancient combat is no match for a
What's the
good
plan?
blaster at your
Can you
side.
hide out here?
That whole thing.
We're done hiding, Cal.
So it's by that same
that
merit that
structure
a
over
lot
there.
of the people
I believe that
in The
vault holds
Mandalorian
the
had
key
never
to
just they had
rebuilding
just
the
never
Jedi
encountered
Order.
a Jedi, and it had been
But
30 years
it
since
requires someone
the
strongly
Jedi Order
forced
had
to
been
pass its
active.
test.
So
And since you're not a Jedi
a lot of the
anymore,
younger
that's why you
cast,
need me.
like the shock
I
trooper
know
lady,
you don't trust
wouldn't
me.
have even been alive
And I'm
to
not
see
really
the Jedi.
sure I trust you. But we have a common enemy and a common cause. I'll share more.
Yeah,
of
look
my
at her
plan after
eyes.
you
Her
reach the
eyes are
vault.
like
But
as
until then,
big as her
there's
nose.
someone here I think you should meet. May the Force be with you.
By the way, one thing I have to just gush over is the level design. I love how each level is absolutely distinct. Gonna compare this to Force Unleashed. In Force Unleashed,
Guess I'm looking for a Jedi,
everything
then.
was a
If there's
palette
already one
swap.
here,
Like
just
everything
you
was
need
super
me.
linear with just the occasional open area. Like there's very few open areas in the Force Unleashed, and it made that game rather dull to play through. Because all the levels were just palette swaps of
Looks
each
like a
other,
safe place to
and a lot
meditate.
of the level
Just
planets
need to
were
focus my
repeats.
mind.
You know, you go to like Kashyyyk twice. You go to yeah, you go to like Kashyyyk twice. You go to well, actually, you don't. Starkiller only goes to Kashyyyk once. But you do go to Kashyyyk twice. But you go there as Darth Vader in the prologue. Alright, so... the only thing I have to unlock is the overhead slash. But yeah, you went to Felucia twice. You went to Raxus Prime twice. There are several levels that were just the interior of,
Hey, BD1.
you know, ships.
I'm Cal.
This
yeah,
one,
I'm
all
okay.
the levels look
I'm just looking for
distinct,
someone.
as
No,
well
not you.
as
Searching for a Jedi.
they had different
I
like
think.
gameplay stuff. Like this
Hold
one,
on.
Bogano.
You know the Jedi?
It
What
looks
do you know?
extremely open,
Hold on.
but it's not.
Did you just slice that? Thanks.
Like you look,
That's the vault
You're like,
Seer mentioned.
oh my goodness, I
Whoever
could
I'm
just
supposed to
run
find must be
there.
waiting there.
But then you look a little closer and you're like, yeah. Yeah, but then you actually look, and it's like all these pitfalls and stuff. Yeah, I know all about the holo map. I've gotten very used to looking at it.
I sense something over here. That's a really big bug.
I guess I don't. Oh, yeah. I don't have that ability yet. Maybe I can.
It was after boggling eggs and the pack fought back.
Dead splocks.
No way through here. Guess that's why BD1 warned me. Alright, maybe I'll listen to you next time.
So then I have to go... Should probably follow BD.
Any ideas?
BD1's great, by the way.
The zip line? Whoa! How'd you know that would work?
So, I'm not going in that direction yet. So I know there's a lot of... goodies and stuff over there, but... There's a lot of goodies that are really hard to get. Unless you have other powers that I don't have yet. I kind of made that mistake on my first playthrough and got my ass kicked.
That doesn't look safe. Just like back at
There's also that big thing. You never actually get a chance to...
Hold on, BD1. I'm coming.
To get up close. There's no way over there.
Whoever lived here used this room for storage. They kept food and supplies. Hey, that was pretty brave. You okay? Wait, I can help you with that. Will you let me? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bogano is actually one of my favorite worlds to explore.
Well, your scomplink is busted, but this should help you get moving for now.
Once you get all the like abilities and stuff, it's pretty easy to get through. But there are a lot of like little twists and turns and nooks and crannies that really change the way you should approach certain areas.
The vault. Yeah, that's where I was headed to. Okay, well, first we gotta figure out a way out of this place.
Alright, this is as good a time as any to get into my main issue. The lack of customization. Now you do get other lightsaber colors later on when you go to Ilum. Spoiler alert, you go to Ilum. But yeah, blue and green, and then even so, this is all there is. These are all the emitters. These are all the switches. This is just lightsaber customization. This is something that doesn't even matter because your lightsaber's in your hand, and you're not going to spend a whole time seeing it. Outfits. This is you got poncho. You got your base outfit, and then you got ponchos. And this is it's just all ponchos. And BD1 clips through the poncho, so it's like not even well implemented. You also got like different colors for BD, different.
That's a little small for me. Don't worry, I'll find my own way out.
You also get different color stuff or different yeah, colors for BD1 and the Mantis.
Those vines look like they lead somewhere. Hope they're sturdy.
But that's it. Now compare that to again Force Unleashed, where every single level had a different outfit for Starkiller to get, or that unlocked a different outfit for Starkiller. Plus, 2 outfits that you could get through holocrons, which were the Kinto Nyan robes and the Sith robes. Plus, the 2 outfits you could get with either ending the Sith Stalker armor or the Jedi Counselor armor. Well, not armor. The Sith Stalker cyborg suit or the Jedi Counselor robes, I should say.
feelings, Stim. You're full of surprises. That's better. Thanks, little droid. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. Here, hop on board. So, how'd you get here? Don't remember? I've never known a forgetful droid. Can't argue with that. Where are you going? So what was in there? That's where we need to go. I can feel it.
Yep.
What?
Scan. Sporks. By the way, that big thing is not. I already said, but yeah, you cannot interact with that thing. Sadly, I wanted to so bad. I spent like an hour trying to figure out how to get over there, and you just can't.
You mapped everywhere we've been. I can't make it over there. We gotta find another way.
So I gotta go down.
Okay.
No, you had all these outfits in The Force Unleashed, and then on top of that, you know, you had the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions, but then you had all the other versions which did not have the graphical fidelity of the other versions, and made up for it with more cosmetic stuff. I remember playing Force Unleashed on the PSP.
This tool was used by someone eager to reach the vault.
Curb stomping my way through the game as like Obi-Wan Kenobi, with or C-3PO even, or like all these other stuff, all these other characters that you can get cosmetic skins of and play as throughout the Force Unleashed campaign. And it made the game a lot more interesting upon repeated playthroughs to like do stuff like that. Versus this, like I said, you got like palette swaps, and that's it. I'm gonna let this. I don't know if I could actually take this thing on yet. I don't think I can. Yeah, I should be able to. With how much damage it just did. Yeah, those are the toughest enemies on this level.
Can I get some
heal. Backtrack and use, ooh, can I even backtrack to get a skill point right now? No, I don't think I don't think I can actually. Let's see what... Yeah, no, not yet. Can't unlock that shortcut yet, can't unlock that shortcut yet.
Can't get it to work.
Yeah, gotta have force push for that one. Gotta have the wall run to get to that elevator. So, only way to go is this way. God, I forgot how slow you climb in this game at first. Oh, and there's, perfect. Alright, so I am going to do... That's not something I ever really use. More health is something I really need. Especially if I'm gonna just keep being kind of laid back about all this. Don't need to rest yet. I will if worse comes to worse.
Oh?
Yeah, like I did notice that. It's not the first game to do that. I know other games have done that, or done a variation of some kind of variation of that.
Huh? See something in there?
Try again.
So,
Master?
I like
Yes,
this
the path
game's
is
approach
It
to
may seem impossible, but with persistence,
like,
and the Force as your ally, you
power.
will overcome any obstacle. You will master any path.
So,
Now,
at the beginning, Cal actually
one wants to
already
reach
knows or learned how to do all the movement option stuff.
Focus. Faster. More intensity. Again.
But he blocked it off, but because of trauma, which is a major theme in this game. Trauma is a major theme in this game. Because of trauma, he's blocked himself off from the Force and forgot a lot of it.
I did it. Persistence and the Force is my ally. Just remembering old tricks.
Yeah, I don't think I can do this yet. No, no way. Gotta have the double. You gotta have the double jump for that. Once you get the double jump, you can get all the way up there, and then run, swing, and there's a secret over there that you can get. But gotta get the double jump first, and then return to this area. So now that I got the wall run, a lot of the map just a lot of areas just opened up for me. including this.
This area was used for meditation. There's someone familiar with the Jedi Order.
Then if I do this. And then I need like the force pull
Whoever owned this bag brought it
in
from
order to
Coruscant.
finish
They were frustrated with the Jedi Council.
that. Or is there another? Is there another way up there? I don't think there is yet. I'll look around real quick. No, I don't think there is. Well, I know there's another stim pack in that room. But yeah, I think you need the force pull in order to get there. Actually, a lot of the stim packs are actually on this level. It's a little embarrassing that they did that.
Someone made camp here. They were excited to discover a giant creature that lives close by. A binog, they called it.
Binog. Yeah, that thing. I was like, what is like growling? Oh yeah, it's the big thing that you can't actually interact with, as far as I know. Could be wrong, I guess. I just don't know the way. Is this the same elevator? Yeah. Just went around in a circle. Where's the... There it is. Like, I know there's a vine thing over here. But I think in trying to, like, explore, I am actually accidentally going the right way.
Can you slice this? Yeah, sorry about your scomp link. But standing up to that bog rat, pretty brave. What do we find?
Yeah, so can't hack that yet, and then... Alright, now let's do this. And this will basically finish up my first trip to Bogano.
Racy there? Oh, it's on. We're not finished yet. Okay, you probably would have won. Probably.
Okay, let's rest up, get my other stim pack. Upgrade later. Blade Charge asks, I wonder if there will ever be an Old Republic video game ever again. all we have is the MMO, which does get updated in the KOTOR games. Yeah, I hope so. That's actually something I wanted to talk about. I want to take a couple minutes to talk about after I'm done with this level. I'll talk about what I would have wanted in a Jedi game.
You all right, BD?
Well done, whoever you are. You have passed the test I left behind, and gained access to the vault and this recording, one of many encrypted logs stored in the droid. I am Master Eno Cordova. I may not know your name, but I know your purpose. The fate of the Jedi Order lies in your hands. This place, this vault, is a sacred temple, built by a vanished civilization known as the Zepho.
Zepho.
Meditating here,
Zepho, I believe, were in the original canon too.
A vision of doom.
If I remember correctly, they're like one of the first civilizations to actually like do hyperspace and
a list
shit.
of the names and locations of young Force sensitives throughout the galaxy. Ahead, you will find the inner chamber of the vault, but also another test. I can only trust this holocron to someone who has followed my path and understands. Seek out the hidden tombs of the three sages and learn to perceive the mysteries of the Force as the Zepho once did. In this droid, you will find everything you need to succeed on this journey. Go to the Zepho homeworld. There, you will find peace in the eye.
Yeah, there's one on Zepho, one on Dathomir, and
good luck, Jedi.
I believe the other one's on Kashyyyk.
And may the Force be with you.
Two of them are on Zepho, one of them's on Dathomir. I do know one of the, like, ancient sage tombs are on Dathomir.
I guess you were the someone I was supposed to meet.
Yep.
You know, I've been alone for a while now. Without any purpose, just hiding. There's no way to live. Not for a Jedi. Or a droid. Maybe Seer was right. Maybe we're done hiding. Hey.
Good question, Coop.
You want to meet some, friends of mine?
Destination unlocked. Zepho.
Think I found what you wanted me to see.
Sounds like you did. We'll be waiting.
Another one of these things. Oh. Yeah, one way in which this is not like Dark Souls is, stamina. You do not have a stamina meter that determines your attacks and stuff. It makes combat a lot more fluid and a lot less methodical than even Dark Souls.
Hey, BD1.
Now I do know there is a hidden boss on this map. That's like supersized one of those.
What's this?
I think you could actually get to it. Can I get through here yet? No.
Can't get through.
I didn't think so.
My friend, it
Kneeling
appears
in
the
water
Zepho
again.
had some interest in Dathomir. Strange. For such a peaceful culture to have any sort of fascination with a place so dark.
Yeah, Dathomir. And there's my big shortcut.
Hey, BD1. Should be a lot quicker than the way in.
Yeah, I think I have to do this in order to get out, because the other way has the zip line, but I don't have the ability to go up zip lines yet. You get that on Kashyyyk, I believe. Yeah, the big boss frog monsters that I ain't gonna mess with him right now because he big and he's strong, and I think I need the double jump for this, and I need force pull for that. I need double jump for that. Yeah, I don't need double jump for that. I think I have everything I can adequately get on this first trip. Now, you do have multiple trips, and you can return anytime you want once you unlock more stuff.
Scanning again? Nice job.
Yep.
You passed the
And
test.
she's just kind of floating.
So you knew about BD1?
Come on board. We'll talk inside.
Yep.
Oh, BD1, this is Grease. Hey, Grease.
What is that? Get off my sofa! Get off my sofa! Go! Get out of there! Get out!
That is BD1. He's with us.
I don't care who he's with. Do you have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum fabric?
Not really.
Oh, I hope you found something better out there than this droid.
Oh, calm down, Grease. He did. Tell us, Cal.
The vault was built by an ancient civilization called the Zepho. A Jedi named Eno Cordova hid something
Yep.
inside of it.
What did he hide inside?
A holocron from the archives. It contains a list of Force-sensitive children.
The next generation of Jedi. I knew it! Ah, Cordova, you old fool.
You knew him?
Yes, a long time ago. I was his apprentice. Cordova was a loner. That little droid and I are probably the only ones that know about Pagano.
Hold on, wait a minute. A hollow what?
A holocron. It stores information, but only accessible to Jedi. Hang on, I think I have one around here. Use the Force.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen.
Cameo
With that list of
by...
Force sensitives, we could rebuild the
I
Jedi
don't
Order
think that was Ewan
and
McGregor. I
defeat
think
the
that was
Empire.
whoever plays him in Clone
Hey, no
Wars.
problem. Let's get it.
Well, except the holocron is hidden deep inside the vault, and to get it, we have to follow Cordova's path. He mentioned something about the planet Dathomir and a Zepho homeworld.
All right, well, where are we going? I'm just asking because I was thinking of maybe making some food.
Look, before we do anything, I need to know something. How come you're no longer a Jedi?
I had an experience that changed my perspective.
Yep.
So I cut myself off from the Force.
But you still want to rebuild the Order.
I believe that rebuilding the Order is the best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
believe I can't keep hiding from the Empire, so I don't really have a choice.
Cal, as long as you're alive, you will always have a choice. Are you with us?
Yeah. Good theme. It would hit a lot harder if this game had a dark side path, but it doesn't. Which all other Jedi games have had dark side paths.
Hey, Grease, what's this thing?
What? You've never seen a terrarium before?
Sure, but don't they usually have plants in them?
Well, I've been a bit busy hauling you around the galaxy, but you know, you could pay me back with some seeds.
Thought you hated nature.
When it's out there, you betcha.
So,
Behind a comfortably thick wall
I just have the most morbid curiosities.
Alright, I'll see if I can find
'Cause
them.
I did not do this on my first playthrough.
Dathomir? Really? Okay. Setting course for Wait a minute. You want to go to Dathomir?
I'm surprised Cordova went there. He must have had good reason.
Yep.
I am staying put on the Manus once we arrive. Red sunlight cannot be good for your skin.
This place used to be home to powerful cabal, known as the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
The Force? Jedi?
No.
These witches served only themselves. Their powers focused
I
on
just want to know
deception.
what Dathomir is like if you go there right away.
Sounds like someone I used
Because
to
the main
know.
plot does eventually
During the Clone
take you
Wars, the
there,
Night Sisters made a deal with a Sith
but
Lord who betrayed their trust.
I find it
In the
very
end,
strange
they
that
were nearly wiped out in a massacre.
that you
Dathomir
can
is
go
a
there
deadly
this
place.
early on as well,
should be
and I
careful.
didn't.
Don't
So
have to tell me
I'm
twice.
really curious what it's like, what it's gonna be like
Coming
once
up
I
on
get
our
there.
creepy destination. Grab some seed, kid.
Like how much of it can I do even with none of the force powers that you get later on. Right now all I have is like the wall run and force slow. That's it.
Cal,
All right, let's see. Let's see how far. Let's see how far I can go on this.
Good thing we weren't standing there. What is that thing? Wouldn't count on him being
It's a
friendly.
night owl. Alright, so someone in the chat answer me this question. In the original canon, weren't Rancors from Dathomir? Originally? And when and why did that change? Like, where are Rancors originally from in the new canon? Because I honestly have no clue. Oh, shit. Oh. Not as, fucked as I thought I'd be. I mean, we're still having a terrible time with this. I'm gonna let them fight a little bit. Oh god, I always forget that they do that. Ah, god damn. I always forget.
Oh? Find something? Huh? I'm looking. Can I get some aid? Good timing.
Oh, there's a chest there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not even for real, like,
Did you find
gonna be
something,
doing
BD1?
much. I'm just kind of going with the flow, you know? Seeing what I can do.
Night sister, practicing her craft.
I'm gonna run out of health here. Oh. Don't know why it made me do that, but it's okay. Just taking my time. Okay, if I could just get to that shortcut, I'll feel accomplished. Fact. Alright. Guess back to the ship. For now. If I run into any... Yeah, I think there's enemies over there.
Thanks, BD1.
Okay. So my follow-up question to my Rancor question. If they are still canonically from Dathomir, I do not want to risk it. Now I'm so close to, like, being able to upgrade stuff. Then how come in Clone Wars and in this game, we never see Rancors on Dathomir?
Cal, be careful here.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, I know. I'm being real careful. Yeah, so. So I'm gonna... I get that. And I'm gonna get that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to Zepho now.
Where to next, Cal?
Eclectic 1990 prizes monsters. I find it weird that Bogdos are lightsaber resistant. I wonder what happened to that species that made them that way. I don't think they're so much lightsaber resistant as much as they are just big and therefore take more damage to deal with. Alright.
Must be hard watching all your friends get gunned down. I mean, you know, purged or whatever. What? It helps to talk about it, right? No?
Yes, it was difficult. But you must cope, not forget. You must remember the mistakes of the past and change things going forward to make sure they never happen again.
Sounds like you're not too sure everything is going to work out.
I'm not. That's why
after I get a few more force powers, I'll go back to Dathomir.
Or an idea. We all have to be ready to change.
See if I can get best girl in the game early. Or earlier than planned. I wouldn't know, Eclectic. I have not read all the data bit. I have not read all the data stuff in this game.
Think of a storm brewing down there. This might not be the best time to land.
Yeah, something strange. Those winds are interfering with our comms.
Hey, Cordova mentioned something about peace in the eye of the storm. Well, I can just make out a settlement in the middle of it.
Then we have to get there.
Copy that.
Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless the wind picks up. Can you tell that bucket of balls to keep his opinion to himself?
I'm sure everything's under control.
If it's under control, it's just a little tricky. Okay, hold on.
So, Zepho is the most labyrinthine of the planets.
But I'm still getting a lot of
it
interference
is
on the comms.
an absolute
It's gonna take me a
clusterfuck
minute
to
get
get
them back
through.
up.
I'll search for signs of Cordova in the meantime.
Good. I'll be in touch once I crack this. Cal, over here. You did good work on Bogano. The more information we gather on Cordova and the Zepho, the closer we'll get to stopping the Empire.
I've heard of ancient cultures, but don't know much about them.
I only knew that Cordova was obsessed with the Zepho, believing their teachings to be important. I, too, was intrigued by the mysteries of our galaxy. You better get moving. There's a lot to learn here. Good luck.
Oh, okay. Something we can use?
So, while I'm here, I'm gonna just chill, and I'm gonna say what I would have wanted from a Jedi Knight game. I want more customization when it comes to combat. So, in at least Legends, at the very least, there are 7 lightsaber combat styles. And it's annoyed me that there's never been a game that has explored that facet of Star Wars. So I would want a Jedi Knight game where you really choose your saber style, your saber combat style, and go like kind of full blown, almost like Western RPG, or at the very least similar to Dark Souls. How Dark Souls will have like different weapons and stuff. Like, give us different weapons. Like, don't just like yeah, lightsaber, but then that's just one weapon. You can have a lightsaber, you can have the double-bladed lightsaber, twin lightsabers, force pike, electro staff, all that stuff. Just to flesh out the game and make it more interesting, and then have the same kind of like level of customization with force powers as well, where you can like really mix and mesh how powerful different force powers are. Like, don't just give us a base level force push, force pull, force lightning, whatever have you. Give us options with that. Like, do we want our force push to be stronger? Do we want our force pull to be stronger? Stuff like that. And I don't mean to do it like Knights of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, I think, took the RPG mechanics too far, and was very turn-based as a result.
Oh, okay.
Very much who's got the bigger stick. I mean something more along the lines of like a Deus Ex style RPG, an action game with RPG elements. As far as saber style goes, or combat styles go, do you want a defensive style where you're just like deflecting blaster bolts and parrying attacks and stuff? Or do you want a more acrobatic style, like Form 4 or Form 7, where you're just trying to overwhelm the enemy? I think that would make the game so much more interesting. Whereas, yeah, the combat in this game is really good.
Watch out, BD.
But it's very limited at the same time. There's kind of this right way and wrong way to do stuff, or to handle enemies.
What? Thanks, BD1.
Cal, can you hear me?
The Empire. They found Zepho.
If they were following the Mantis, we would have been swarmed already.
Could they be looking for the tombs?
Let's hope not. Just got our comms working. I'll try the same workaround to crack into theirs.
Yep. I think they are looking for the tombs. So I do know you do run into Second Sister on Zepho. I don't know if it's your first trip to Zepho, but it is definitely during one of your trips to Zepho. See, I know this area, but I don't think this was the right way to go yet.
A mother used this fabric to keep her child warm. They were on the run from something.
Eclectic 1995 said it's still all rumors, but what are your thoughts on the possibility that Respawn is currently working on Fallen Order 2? I don't think they're currently working on a sequel. I think they want to do... They probably want to do some patches and DLC work first. Ah, see? Here's a stim pack.
Here. Wait, can you carry more? Thanks, BD1.
So that was a good little side jiv. So yeah, as far as patches go, I would like for them to add a little more customization stuff, different outfits, certainly different outfits, and God, what else? The ability to transfer between like save points, because it's kind of annoying when you're exploring, especially this level, when you're done exploring and then you have to backtrack all the way back to the ship by foot. Like there's only so much that the shortcuts can do in this game. And it gets especially annoying on Kashyyyk, because Kashyyyk is a much more linear level. And so with Kashyyyk, there's really no adequate shortcuts. You really just do have to go all the way back on foot. Shortcuts don't cut out a lot of stuff in that level. So yeah, I would certainly want them to patch in the ability to teleport between the meditation points.
Step back, I've got this. You, it's the Jedi! Yeah!
Take her and go. I'll lead them away.
Ulster, no!
Yeah, I do think they will absolutely do another game. And I think what they're gonna do is, this is just completely baseless prediction on my part. But I think the franchise name will be Jedi. So like this is Jedi Fallen Order, and the next game will be Jedi Rising Phoenix or whatever. Jedi Revengeance. So something along those lines.
It's all lies. The Empire just wanted this land.
What are you doing down there? Not an easy target! He'll be back.
Huh. I do not know where this leads. Oh, I think that's a shortcut. So let's actually hold it slow. I don't ever really use that though. So I guess I'll unlock the dash strike because it will at least give me access to more stuff that I do use. I can also totally see them doing like a full-blown like DLC campaign where like maybe you play as Seer or play as one of the Jedi like during the Purge, or play as one of the, or maybe even play as one of the Inquisitors. Give us a little role reversal there. Like, I can totally see them doing that to kind of pad this game out while they do work on a sequel, because how long was this game in development? Because it feels like it was in development for a while.
Just checking on you.
I'm not quite sure how long it was in development.
Heard what happened to the commander. Yeah, Skunk has got in his corner somehow. Nearly blew him up.
I missed the target. Whole squad is down.
And need force push for that.
Where are you taking us?
The Empire's forced the villagers.
Aeroblitz said it was roughly 2 to 3 years. That's not too bad.
Shipped off to work camps.
That means we could probably expect DLC sometime this year and a full game in about 2 more years. Because I can't imagine EA would be like, oh yeah, build a whole game from the ground up. No, they would they would use as many of these assets as they can, like the same enemy variety and stuff. Again, I would hope that they give us real scout troopers, like have them be snipers. Add in like the jet troopers. That'd be really cool. I'd really appreciate that. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? See, this is what I'm talking about. This map's a fucking labyrinth. Even this little opening area. Okay, there's that. I haven't explored that yet. Haven't gone this direction yet. Wait, am I supposed to... How do I get up there, though? Hold up. Is there like a really long pathway? See, I'm used to just going over that bridge. I'm used to like not having to do this. I think I do have to...
I've been keeping count of traitors whom I've eliminated. I tried to, but I lost count. Maybe we'll both get recognized for our devotion to the Empire.
Yep, I was supposed to do that.
Jedi spotted! Is it just me?
I'll get the drop on that dude in a second. Gotta open this crate.
Come back here. What is it?
Alright, and dead. Got that guy. Yeah. Once you get the timing down on the scout troopers, they're like not even a threat. I need the scomp link for that. Need force pull for that. I guess that kind of easily marks where it is. Because the red thing will show up on my map until I move it. And by the time I'm able to get it, I'll have the scomp link by then. Evasive kick, sprint strike. I do like the sprint strike. It does help. Turbine facility. Yeah, I remember this being... being a bit of a clusterfuck. This whole, again, this whole map is far and away the hardest to navigate and get through. So many different, like, so many, like, completely optional areas.
What is it?
Like, there's a crash Venator that you can get into. That's like its own labyrinthine level, just sitting in the middle of this one. Activate power. And where does this spit me out?
What was that?
See, I knew it was coming, and I missed the timing on that. This nonsense. Yeah, I don't think I wanted to go this direction yet. This
that
thing
looks like a problem. I really need a stim. Grateful.
I'm hungry. It's reducing the quality of my posture and aim. Doesn't surprise me. Rations at this posting are terrible. Go get him! He's dodging fast! We've got this! I can't fight anymore! That was the last rocket unit! You can't beat us all! We're all doomed!
Yeah, rockets are a pain in the ass until you get force push. Although I do remember there being, I do remember one of the secrets that's over here. I don't know if I can get to it though. I think I need the double jump to get to it. It's a little further up here.
They're moving us to the nicer barracks now that the archaeology... Incoming! Had to take a shot! Strike him quickly!
Well, I do not want to be anywhere near that.
Did anyone hit him? Take the shot! Got it. Watch where you aim! Bullseye!
Well done.
Shortcut unlocked. Oh, I think that was the direction I was supposed to go, because this is back to the turbine facility.
In the rotation since I left Pagano, I've uncovered more about the Zepho than I once believed possible.
So now I'm back here, and that's the route I went on. So I did go right route that I was supposed to. So unlocks that shortcut. Now I'm gonna rest and recover. Noah said, one problem I have with the Star Wars franchise is that we're always in before the prequels, during the prequels, or during the original trilogy. We never get a different narrative, except for the sequels we got. My problem with the expanded universe was that they spent too much time doing post-Return of the Jedi stuff. I just don't think that, Luke, Leia, and Han, every time that they get dragged out for a post-Return of the Jedi story, it's kind of sucked. But Blade Charge asks, did you talk about the Old Republic games? A little bit. I mentioned them in passing. They're a little too hardcore MMO turn-based stuff for my... the Knights of the Old Republic games have this very faux turn-based strategy aspect to them. They're turn-based, but not like technically turn-based. It's all like invisible dice rolls, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of anything that is even remotely turn-based.
Located a hostile. I can't get him. Charge forward. We are next. I've got him. Oh, great. It's just me then.
And the commander blew himself up with that grenade, so now...
Enemy located above us. Leave me now, Jedi.
I love this game. That's so freaking slick. I love it. I love it. How close am I to the destination? Not at all. Good to know. Alright. Which one of you guys are gonna shoot at me first?
Am I all that's left? Blow to morale. Can't top my skill.
I need the scompling for that. This is just a secret. I will say, any Star Wars game that uses the Force in puzzle solving and exploration is a plus.
Can't push it.
Like, that was something I really liked about The Force Unleashed, was how it did that with, you moving around objects and putting them in place, using lightning to charge up, like, the turbines, you know, all that stuff. I really liked about, that was all the stuff I really liked about Force Unleashed. I think I'm gonna just save skill points. Yeah. Yeah, this game is far more limited in what you can do with the Force, but on the plus side, it makes the puzzles a lot more difficult. There's puzzles on this level, actually, way deeper into the tombs, where you have to kind of like use some force push and pull and
they plan to bring Zepho artifacts to Coruscant.
and all and these like little wind turbine things, and it makes it extremely difficult.
Keep an eye out for those big blue brutes, Stormtrooper.
But what if it sneaks up on us?
If something that big sneaks up on you, then you deserve to die, Stormtrooper.
See, this is a little bit of what I'm talking about with the graphical fidelity, texture popping. The base level PS4 just has a hard time running this game. Okay, so then where am I supposed to go? Up and to the left. That makes sense.
Jedi! Can't stop everything.
Doing okay, BD1?
You're not getting out of here alive, Jedi. I'll break your guard. You won't get me.
I mean, that could have probably gone better, but...
Can't wait to watch these grow. Oh, all right then. It's that BD1.
Alright. I also like any game where you're like, oh my god, I can see it. Can't wait to get there. And then it actually takes you a while to get there. Okay. Oh, shortcut. Yeah, there's the one thing, there's, yep. So I just unlocked a shortcut.
Maybe. Lucky move.
Need a stim.
Things come at the worst time.
Grateful.
Again, it'll be a lot easier once I get force push.
What do we do about those things with the horns? Vilak, they're dangerous if they hit you, but their eyesight is terrible. So if I can get out of the way, I'll be fine? Yeah, just don't get hit. Just don't get hit. Just don't get hit. In accordance with the Emperor's will, we've occupied Zepho, redistributing its inhabitants. This planet has failed to yield significant data or relics for Project Augur. Its electromagnetic winds have rendered the bulk of our mining technology useless. Meanwhile, more stormtroopers lose their lives to dangerous fauna. We will not be able to fulfill our directive here. It is my recommendation that we disband the project and leave a token outpost to keep scavengers from stealing our technology.
Honestly, with Cal style, I think it's more of a mix of Saber style 2 and 3. Depending on how you play it, because the whole like deflecting blaster bolts back at people, that's a Form 5 thing. So you got that, and then parrying is very much like a Form. It's much more of a Form 2 style.
Having issues with combat. Smash him.
I also like any game that allows you to hit multiple enemies at once.
What do we find?
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is all very challenging stuff. Stormtroopers have never had very good preservation instincts.
Cal, the Empire's pinpointed your location. You need to move fast.
Thanks.
Trying to remember how to... Oh, I think I could just jump from here. Oh, no, I need the double jump. I need the double jump in order to get that. Yeah.
I don't need help to kill you. Help yourself. That's our last range trooper. Steal the intruder. Intruder. Someone? Anyone? Help? No!
Come back here. What is it?
He could be Form 6. He could be Form 6, which is both the best and the worst form. Jack of all trades, master of none. Makes you very hard to take down in a fight, but also makes it very hard for you to do anything worthwhile in a big battle, which is why all the Form 6, it was stated in, like, the, I think, novelization that during the Battle of Geonosis, every Jedi that died that day was a Form 6 practitioner.
What do they know?
No mention of Cordova. I don't think the Empire knows he's been here.
And we have the advantage. For now.
Yeah, for now. No one has the advantage over the Empire for very long.
That's interesting. We're on the right track.
There's another little nook somewhere over here. No. Yeah, I must be getting close to getting force push. Should also be close to getting the scomp link.
There's a storm up ahead. Something about it crippled the Empire's equipment. I can feel something pulling me there, beyond the storm.
Follow it. Let the Force sharpen your instincts.
All right. I'll do my best.
Should always at least meditate because that it kind of like saves your progress when you do that. Because when you die, you always start back at the last meditation point you rested at. Oh, I think that's my first death. Got my ass kicked by a fucking goat. Yeah, the Nidak, no problem. The giant frog that can just chew me up and spit me out, no problem. Goat, nope, too much for me. Yep, and loading screens. Not a fan. All I have to do is damage this. Yeah, that time I kicked its ass. Yeah, enemies like this are really difficult to fight in close quarters. Which is a very Dark Souls thing, honestly. At least that's how it was in Bloodborne, where like the very open areas were actually the ones that were easier to fight in. There was all the closed off areas that were like, oh no room to dodge if things go south.
Some help here, BD1?
Yeah. And these goat things are one of the tougher enemy types, honestly. Nowhere near the toughest, but certainly up there. I would say the Night Axe on Dathomir and the spiders on Kashyyyk.
Huh. Another one of these. Wonder if they connect. Moving out.
Let's see. Yeah, this is an area you go to a lot, and yeah, that room is basically like kind of a hub for a lot of the rest of this map. Yeah.
Never seen a storm do that before. Yeah, it's incredible.
My friend, I believe this to be the earliest Zepho sign uncovered yet, despite my reservations. I cannot chase the Bogano vault from my mind. Its vision shaped the direction of an entire culture. I must understand why.
Do you ever really find out what happens to the Zepho in this game? I'm sure it's in like the logs or something that I just wasn't paying attention to on my first playthrough. But yeah, now I'm in the tombs.
Massive.
And the Empire.
This,
No
it's
signs of
a
them down here.
absolute
What about Cordova?
nightmare to navigate.
Still not sure what I'm supposed to find. He's a little...
Eccentric? Tell me about it. But he wouldn't send us here for his amusement. Keep an open mind.
Did you see that? Ugh.
Yeah, these fungus things basically act like landmines. I do not want to hit them.
You missed him!
Yeah, this I spent a lot of time on this area, and I probably will again. first try. Guys, I'm telling you, it took me like 30 minutes. Maybe even a full hour to get the timing right on that. And to figure out what I was supposed to do. I'm impressed with myself. I'm happy. That's one of the... That's actually more complex than any of the other like little wind puzzles you do in this part of Zepho. You do in these tombs.
Need a stem.
Okay. There's only one way to go. And I'm getting close to my destination. I'm getting close to unlocking Force Push. Yeah, I think that was just So now I'm supposed to jump on that. There we go. That's more like it. Alright, gonna rest up here. Because I'm out of Stimpaks. And I'm about to unlock the ability to get more different skills.
Before.
Now this is some Dark Souls 2 stuff here.
What's this?
Eclectic 1995 asks, do you think the reason that some planets in Star Wars feel small is because they are sparsely populated? Because sometimes they throw numbers that should be bigger than they are. Yeah, most planets in Star Wars are very sparsely populated. And same goes with all the moons that are habitable, like the moons of Endor are. Yavin and Endor both have very habitable moons because the planets themselves are gas giants and therefore don't have a population. So yeah, the only planets that are like super habited are the core worlds, of which there's like a proportionately small amount of. Like there's thousands of planets in the Star Wars galaxy, and like 10 to 15 of them are core worlds. You're like Alderaan, Corellia, Coruscant. And I've always had the headcanon that like the reason why Star Wars planets have so few biomes is because, like they were uninhabited and then got terraformed to have different biomes. So, this is one part I really like. It's a little finicky.
Need a stim.
But I like this game's approach to the wind puzzles. So you gotta kind of come at the platforms from a different angle and let the wind carry you. Otherwise, the wind will blow you off. And I can't get through there until I move all these. It's a lot easier once you get force push.
Guess a lightsaber can't solve everything.
Yeah, I need force push to get through there. Floating.
I'm looking.
Even Morty 22 said for my lightsaber it's bugging out. Yeah, I did notice that that there is a bug where the lightsaber will like not show for a few seconds. But I think game and then unpausing fixes that issue. What's your favorite lightsaber color? I do like purple, but I've actually always kind of preferred red, like the red and blue. Now, classic, A New Hope.
Focus. The Jedi do not seek aggression, but we stand against it. The Force is there to shield us. The obstacles in your path define the path. What stands in the way becomes the way. Now, try again. Use the Force to push the ball at the target. Good. Continue. Faster now. Complete the test.
Yeah.
What stands in the way becomes the way.
my friend. Take a look at the detail on this bark.
Like they said, I think my lightsaber color would be indigo or cyan.
It can only be a Rosha
Yeah,
from
I'm not a fan of like the kind of like in between colors.
Friend. If the Zepho had contact with Kashyyyk, there is a good chance Chieftain Tarful will
I
know
also, hot take, I don't like the way green lightsabers look. I've never, that's probably my least favorite. That's right, the force push is only good for one shot on these guys. See, I love all the things you could do with force slow on this. I'm not big on how necessary it is. Okay. But I'm gonna take the long way around because I know there's a lot of things that I can get. A lot of little nifty little
This Guardian was destroyed long ago.
John, what's up? I'm just streaming Jedi Fallen Order right now. Having fun, talking Star Wars. Talking about this game. Let's see, is there another? Oh yeah, there's lots. I don't think I have access to all that yet though. I mean, it says available. So I'm going to assume that it is. But I'm going to go this way first. Backtrack into that. Like this. Yeah, those little pod things with a lot of force.
The Zepho crafted this artifact as an offering to the wind. It was destroyed intentionally for some reason.
Secret discovered. Alright. One other thing over here. I don't think I could get to it from the side though. I think I'd have to go the long way. Yeah. Definitely gotta go the long way on that one. So that is going to probably have to wait for a different trip through Zepho. So now
I did it.
Go. Run all the way back here. The way Cal runs kind of makes me laugh. so I can't break that. Oh, but I can. I think I gotta use the same ball, if I remember correctly. No. No, too much. Now, let's see what that does. What that gets me. What do I have to... Is there one thing I have to... No, I think there's, Is there another... orb gets dropped in here later? Or do I have to make that jump? Yeah, I think there's another one of those balls I have to drop in order to complete this little puzzle. Yep, and there it is. Okay, now how do I get up there? I think I can just jump over there. Yeah. Up. Slowly roll over there. That opens that door.
My friend, this tomb is fascinating.
John, did you add me on Discord? Yeah, I added you as a friend. I think that's all I remember to do, though. Okay, then, is there another? Oh, that. Yeah, that's the way. I don't remember exactly how I'm supposed to... Wait, is it supposed to go in through... Okay, hold on, let's look at the path it'll take. Okay, yeah, same path. Same path. I like to examine my puzzles before I start putting the pieces together. I am streaming from my PS4. Just the base like stream feature that it has. Yeah, nothing real special. And I'm monitoring it on my phone. Oh, that's right. I gotta like... Gotta wait up here. And I gotta like time it. Can't remember if I have to use force push though. think I probably use both. So I think with the little delay that's on force push. Yep, there we go. And everything I'm doing right now, I'm pretty sure is optional. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get like a chest out of this. Just to see. Oh no! This is how you get back to here. And unlock the ability to actually use this elevator. Full stop. Yep, and now I can go up.
What did you find?
The Zepho went to Kashyyyk. Cordova mentioned someone named
Jonathan Rundle, is there a speedrunning community for this game?
Think he's still around?
If there is, I'm not aware of it. I don't look for speedruns, but if there is, then I'm pretty sure it has to do with going to Dathomir early and just powering through that, which I did a little bit just to see how it is, and it's punishing. Dathomir is a very unforgiving place. But yeah, in order to get everything, you kind of have to. You do kind of have to play through Zepho, Kashyyyk, and Dathomir. Those are the 3 planets that you really have to make sure you visit and see all the way through. Do I have any skills I want to get? Yes, I do. You want to recover more health. Cause maximum life is increased. Agile deflection. Definitely want that. That's gonna help me a lot on like Kashyyyk and stuff. Improved dash, evasive kick. Force increase. Burst slow. Force recovery. Not a fan of the mass push. I'm not going to use that a whole lot. Delay thrust is very useful against purge troopers. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Yeah, that's really useful against like all the melee enemies you get or you come across.
Did we just open the way for the Empire?
I wonder what that was.
Ah, didn't do it soon enough. Okay, let's wait. Ah, so satisfying. Mostly because, like, without it, those enemies are such a pain.
Oh, okay. What do we find?
Yeah. I'm actually going to stop the stream before I head to Kashyyyk, because the opening to Kashyyyk is really good and fun, and I would like to have that kick off the next Jedi Fallen Order stream. Plus, it's gonna take me a minute to actually it's gonna take me a while to actually like get back there. So, because pro droids are so annoying until you get force push. Actually, where? Yeah, I'm actually not gonna do this yet. Because that leads to, I believe, all the like wrecked Venator stuff, and that's a little more time than I'm wanting to put into this stream. So I've already been going for over 2 hours. So that'll be a different time. I think anyway, maybe that. I'm just making sure I got everything I can out of the like this.
Getting a strange feeling from this one. Ancient Zepho gathered here.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well, probably because it's like a temple, place of worship, you know. They're equivalent to the Jedi temple, probably. Ah, texture pop-ins. Okay.
What is this?
Gotta ask myself,
Continue
is this the way,
I want rare
or is
artifacts,
this
not
the way?
useless trinkets.
Because I don't actually know at this time. Well, I know this goes to the ice caves. I know there's a couple shortcuts you can unlock through there, so I'm gonna go this route. Yeah, when it comes to like the whole death thing, in this, there's a lot of because video game logic.
I need some meds, Speedy One. I'm okay.
Ah, are you kidding me? Oh, at least I start from here. Yeah, and I think that's shortcut there. So let's. Don't remember where that leads though. I think that just leads back the way I came. Right, let's get let's get something. This is very useful. Anything that recovers your force ability is really good. Yeah, that's just leading me back where I was. That's a good shortcut to have. Yeah, I want to go on the other one, because the other thing like this takes me here, I believe. It drops me off either here or here. So I'm gonna slide down the ice again. Yeah. Gonna take another trip down the ice slide. Because sliding in this game is pretty rad. Hey Reaper Cypher. Yeah, there is a dark side path in this game. It's one of my minor complaints. That and that jump. That jump is annoying. That jump in particular is annoying. I just want to have fun, slide down the ice. No problem, no problem, no problem, and then... Yeah, that jump just doesn't want to work sometimes. And neither does... I'm so used to having force pull while exploring. Because force pull makes a lot of jumps like that extremely easy. Can I even go through? I don't think I can. Nope. Let's rest here. Eclectic said, "Do you know you can get a boggling companion?" Yes. Yes, and I did on my first playthrough. There's even a... Is this my first time fighting one of these things? I think it is. Oh. Oh. Right in the gut. Yeah, it is my first time. Let's open up the shortcut. Can't do that until I get force pull. And... Two other shortcut things to do. Which one looks like it's going in the right direction? Okay, that one is definitely not. So I'm gonna take this one instead. And there's also a Scomp Link thing to get there, so... I wanted to knock it off.
Throw it!
Guess I need the enhanced force push to knock those things back.
I'll get you.
Sure. Go ahead, fire that rocket, see what happens. Almost mistimed it. Tempting. Very tempting. Tempting to the point I'm probably making a mistake. Still not sure how I feel about the heavy attack being using up force ability. Oh, this was a mistake.
Mine. You bore us.
Yeah, this was a mistake.
Yes. This is a Jedi? Shut up and fight me.
BD-1?
Watch him repair himself. You can't match us. Oh, look, he's scared. Keep fighting.
No.
Fight me, Jedi. Oh, now he's running. Yes! Come on, hit him! Think I need backup to kill you.
Oh, so close to dying there.
I just took down a trooper wearing black and red armor. Same type from Braca.
A purge trooper.
Yeah.
Their only purpose is to hunt Jedi.
Are the Inquisitors coming?
Possible, but we're far from Braca. They might think purge troopers are enough. Or they could be stalling you on purpose. Stay wary.
What is it?
Definitely want to rest, even though that's going to respawn enemies. Okay. Let's go ahead and ignore that guy for now. Go ahead and ignore the goat boy too. Let's just get back on track and take the shortcut I should have taken right away. And too early. Did I just use slow on that thing? That's dumb. I mean, all that's in those chests are cosmetic stuff anyway.
You see her?
Now I'm trying to get back to the ship so I can wrap up the stream.
Got a lot further than we thought.
We can't worry about that now. The Empire's identified you as the Jedi from Braca. They're searching for the Mantis as we speak.
Can't you move the Mantis?
It's too risky to start the engine. Its power discharge will draw their attention immediately.
I'll be back as fast as I can.
Unbeatable Robert said, Media, you good dude? I just got here, you are already suffering. I mean, I've been here for over like 2.5 hours now. I'm actually getting ready to wrap up the stream. Like last call for questions, stuff like that. Because as soon as I make it back to the ship, I'm heading out before I fire up the engines to go to Kashyyyk. Oh, crap. That's right. I had completely forgotten about this.
And our weapons are down. Is that him? Tell him he better get his butt.
Hold on. I'm on my way. Doing okay back there, BD1?
Should be able to scan it, right? Maybe not because it was considered a boss?
Nice work out there, kid. Hey, you got some real moves on you. Just tell me that this visit wasn't for nothing.
I found the tomb of a Zeffo sage. They definitely use the Force.
An advanced civilization of force wielders who mysteriously vanished. No wonder Master Cordova...
Airblitz asked, what's your favorite boss fight in Jedi Fallen Order? I really like the boss fight with the Ninth Sister, honestly.
Cordova had a Wookiee friend named Tarful.
That was one where, like, once I got the hang of it, it was awesome and very cinematic. All the battles with the Second Sister are also pretty good. And everything else is kind of mini bosses, honestly.
I think this lifestyle suits you. Fighting that walker seems to have made you more confident. So,
oh, my least favorite is probably Terran Malicos, by the way.
Force?
Yes, the Force.
I felt like Terran Malicos' whole deal was kind of like ham-fisted and
rather not talk about it.
Felt like an 11th hour boss fight.
I understand.
Rather than anything that was built up with, you know, any kind of pizzazz.
Stop using the Force.
When the Purge started, and our clone troops turned against us, my Padawan and I took several younglings and we went into hiding. But we didn't last long.
Yeah.
Imperial Patrol was about to discover our location, so I tried to lure them away from my Padawan Trilla. She stayed behind with the younglings, but they caught me. And they tortured me. They wanted to know about the others and how many were left, but mostly they wanted to know about Cordova and where he went.
But you escaped.
Yeah. It was a prison riot. I saw my opportunity and I took it.
A little more to it than that, but you find that out later.
But they almost broke me.
Yep.
And I am not the same as I was, Cal.
Your Padawan. Did she survive?
No. But that's why we can't give up. We can't let the sacrifice of those closest to us be for nothing.
She's lying, by the way. You do find out what happened to her Padawan, and it's probably worse than death, honestly. So let's wrap up this stream. Let's rest here, cover my health, and everything else. See if there's anything worth upgrading right now. But just because how much I wanted to use it earlier, yeah. Then I should probably like get that next, because that's very useful as well. Anything that recovers your health or force power is useful. Alright, so that's actually gonna be it for this stream. Thank you all for joining me. As we speak, the podcast has less than an hour left to render. So I will have that up for you guys tomorrow morning. Gonna finish this render, get the thumbnail, and set it up to drop at the usual time, 10:30 in the morning. Next week, back to the normal schedule. Tuesday you'll have the review. Wednesday we record the podcast. Saturday you'll have the podcast. And it's going to be like that as long as I can, given life stuff that may or may not be going down soon. So, till next time, like, comment, subscribe, support me on Patreon, donate to Streamlabs. I'm actually going to check Streamlabs, see if anybody donated. I doubt it. Streamlabs. Open in Safari. look at... How do I look at my history on mobile? My phone's at 5%. Gotta wrap this up soon. Starting like sweat and I gotta go to the bathroom. Trying 4% now. Donation history. I guess... Oh, those are like donations I've made though. Alright, I do not know how to check on mobile. Oh, no, here we go. Okay, yeah, no one donated. But yeah, so until, next time, I guess. Gonna go back on YouTube. Alright, yep, see you all later.